You know what time it is, Geek Gang. It's time to get sauced up with another reaction, and today is a very interesting one. This just came across my desk. Oscar season. It's the Oscars. And man, Twitter is ablaze right now because Will Smith just smacked the dog shit out of Chris Rock. Now, again, I'm not 100% sure how and why this all set up. I saw the clip. I'll play the clip and we'll discuss what's going on, who's in the right, who's in the wrong. What do you think about this? Yo, all right, let's go through this. Let's go through this real quick. So my man walks up, smacks him. He said, Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me. Now, I know the previous context to this is, let me actually go back and see if there's a thread that actually has it. So,
oh, wow.
bruh.
Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Now you hear the crowd laugh. Now, I don't think that they know at this point if it's scripted or not, right? Because it seems interesting, but he had essentially made a G.I. Jane joke about Jada, right? Like, you know, I can't wait to see you in G.I. Jane 2, something along the lines of that. Now, I'm not sure if Chris Rock was aware, because I wasn't aware, but going through all of the, you know, the Twitter feeds, the tweets, they are basically saying that she has alopecia and she's been, you know, if you guys are unaware, that you go bald from that and not willingly, right? So in that regard, I think maybe Chris didn't know. Maybe he thought it was just, again, I don't know the context. I don't think anybody really does, but that's what the joke was about. Now, let's take this a little further.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Now that look, I see, here's the thing. And you see Lupita like looking at him like, oh, what you gonna say about that though, right?
Wow, dude.
And she looks on like, oh, this is real. Like she has a look like, oh, she's like, this is for real right now. I didn't know this was real. Oh.
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's
G.I. Jane no joke.
Now look at Lupita's head. She's nodding with him like, yes, he is saying this. Like, watch.
G.I. Jane no joke だったんです。
fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television.
テレビ史上最高のなんでしょうか。
So we are here to give a documentary out, to give an Oscar out.
Yo, to give a he is completely shook at the moment. I don't think it was scripted at all. Now, from what I gathered, in the States it was censored, but here in Australia it wasn't, which was that first clip that I showed you guys, which was this one here. And then obviously Japan wasn't censored either. Guys, I want to know your guys' thoughts on this, because there's a couple of things, right? Like you have this sensitive topic from Jada, and this is her husband. Like, you're not gonna do that. Like, at a certain point, you know, like, this is jokes, but you also disrespecting my wife in front of the world right now. I'm not gonna let that happen, right? Like, there is a scenario which I think people can understand from a husband standpoint. Like, I'm not just gonna let this fly, right? Considering what the scenario is, right? Like if it was just some offhanded joke and she just wanted to go bald as a hairstyle, I'm not sure if maybe he would have had the same response. However, given the circumstance and the context, I could also see that this could be a thing, right? But I want to know your guys' thoughts on this. Do you think this was too far? Do you think it should have just been handled without the physicality? Do you think there's going to be any repercussions to Will financially because of it? Is it going to be like a lawsuit from Chris Rock? Do you think, you know, like, 'cause I'm assuming that they have some kind of rapport, right? Like I would assume that they're cool with each other in some way, shape, or fashion. But even in that, like, if your friends disrespect somebody you love or whatever, you still may put them on, like, you know, you still may like, look, bro, like, I mess with you, but I gotta give you the hands for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still think that would still be a scenario in certain circumstances, but again, are celebrities excluded from that? You know what I'm saying? Are they meant to be not seen as human and respond with, you know, a certain level of class, so to speak? Or do you think anybody's fair game to get those hands if they talking out of pocket? This is a really interesting scenario because we've never really seen Will Smith lose his cool to this degree, right? Like, we've heard the story of like of a reporter trying to kiss him on the cheek and he smacked him like, yo, bro, what you doing? Right? And that was like on a red carpet event. But this is at the Oscars on stage. And this was immediately after the joke. It wasn't like premeditated, like he didn't really think about this. Like, it was told at the beginning of the show, and then later on in the show, he decides to do something about it. This was immediately after the joke, right? So it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's actually kind of interesting. Like, this was like a knee-jerk reaction. Like, no, I'm not gonna let this fly. And you can tell that you can tell that it's not it wasn't set up primarily based on Chris Rock's reaction. Like,
okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television.
テレビ史上最高の場面でしょうか。
like, he's so taken aback by getting smacked on live TV. Bruh, like, oh my God. I need to know your guys' thoughts on this, man. Is this crazy? Was Will Smith out of pocket? Was Chris Rock out of pocket? Right? Because comedians, they dance on that line of pushing boundaries, right? That's their kind of their job as comedians, is pushing boundaries. But was he fully aware of the context of why she's bald? You know what I'm saying? Because if he didn't know, you know what I'm saying? It's like, this is really interesting, because if he didn't know, he made the joke, and then Will popped off because, like, oh, you talking out of pocket about my wife when she has this, and this. But then if he didn't know, was Will Smith out of pocket for not asking why? You know what I'm saying? Like, figuring out, like, does he know about this or not? Or is he just assuming that this is a fashion choice? You know what I'm saying? Again, I don't know who's right or wrong here. I think they both can be right in some way, shape, or fashion. I was just trying to be funny. And Will Smith's like, yo, this shit ain't funny. And I'm not letting you disrespect my wife in front of millions of people. Like, this is crazy. I want to hear your guys' thoughts, man. Let me know in the comments down below. And again, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Geek Gang. We out this thing.